Alrighty, I'm actually really excited for this video. Not only am I having fun with this new hero and just finding different ways to actually make her fun to use, there's also just an additional, update that gives us a new hero, and it gives me an excuse to make a video on Save the World because very little often I make videos on Save the World because there's not a lot of content that comes out for it. So I'm glad to have a new hero in a new zone to just test out stuff and just have fun with her. So basically, let's just get into it. So the hero herself is called Autumn Queen. She has a standard perk called Force of Nature. An additional shockwave activates from your tamed pet when used, so that is in support. And then if you run her in lead, it is Force of Nature Plus, which is an additional shockwave activates from your tamed pet when used, and then your pet enters frenzy for 1.5 seconds for each enemy damaged by its own shockwave, causing it to move and attack 50% faster, which, if you don't know, is actually kind of good, sort of. There's probably going to be 2 loadouts throughout the video, just showcasing what she's like in lead and then what she's like in support. I personally, so far, believe that she can be used either way, but we'll get into gameplay later in the video, of course. But yeah, this new hero, the way to acquire her is you actually have to finish Plankerton. So I can't even check that. I forgot I'm in a party. You have to finish Plankerton SSD 1 to unlock the side quest, and then you go to your quest log, and then there's going to be a side quest to get her. She has 4 quests. So basically, the first one is to destroy, I think it was 24 trees in the Autumn Falls zone, and then you have to eliminate 10 mist monsters in the zone, and then you have to save 9 survivors in the zone, and then you have to explore the entire map in one of the missions. So that is the way to get her. She's actually super simple to get. She's kind of buried down under everything, but she's definitely, easy to acquire. And she's also campaigned. So if we go to the collection book, actually, this is a hero that you will forever be able to get as long as you unlock the quest line to get her, not constructors. She's under soldiers. I keep forgetting she's soldiers. So yeah, you get an epic copy of her or an epic rarity of her, and you can flex her up. That's what I did. Because it's only, I think it's 50 flex or 100 flex or flex her up with some training manuals. So but you get the epic version. There is talk of them trying to figure out how to give us more campaign heroes and multiple copies without having any issues with it. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to get campaign heroes, multiple copies of it, if not different variants or different rarities of it in the future. So hopefully we'll get to that. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. She's in the collection book. I recommend not slotting her. She's actually a decently good hero, and she's kind of fun. We'll get into gameplay in a minute, but there's a few glitches that I've already found that actually has made her very enjoyable to use. But in 160s, we'll see if she's really great or not. Otherwise, I think let's just jump into a mission and just start showcasing her. So before we actually get into the mission and showcasing and whatnot, I actually forgot to mention the loadouts that I will probably be running. So the first loadout I'm going to be doing is actually running her in lead, and basically her shockwave is her main ability, and that's what it's based around of. So I'm going to be running Happy Holidays, so I get the ability cooldown, so that's reduced by 40%, which is good. And then I'm going to be using Doppler effect, which decreases shockwave cooldown by another 24%. And then we got using shockwave increases movement speed by 40% for 8 seconds. This one's not really a necessary one. I just want to be moving faster. And there's a little thing that I'll show you later of what it actually looks like whenever you're doing this. I don't want to say glitch. I mean, it is a glitch, but it's not really a glitch, the game breaking. So, but it is very fun. And then we also have Power Impact, which is increasing the shockwave radius by 37.5%. And then we got Obliterating Bite, which Tame Wildlife applies 15% of damage vulnerability on attack, which is just Phoenix. And you're probably wondering why there is no Gia. Gia currently still does not work. I don't know why they still haven't fixed Gia. It is just something that doesn't work. And then, of course, we have increases your shockwave damage by 55% with High Tide. So that is the loadout we're going to be running. And yeah, so let's hop into it. All right, so we're in a game. I don't have an animal yet, but just to show shockwave without an animal is right there. Bam. It's an 11-second cooldown, and that's pretty much it. Shockwave is really good for getting outside of like anything that you're about to be eliminated by an enemy, so it's really good to get in out of situations like that. Otherwise, I don't really use it for an offensive kind of way. I only use it for like a defensive way. So let me go find an animal, and then that's just a showcase on how the shockwave works with the animal. All right, so we got an animal. It's a wolf, and here's the enemies. So with the shockwave itself, the animals are going to attack. And if I'm away, like over here, the shockwave will go over there too against the animal. The animal's also attacking enemies, which is kind of good. The only problem with this is like, you see how like it's being ganged up? Oh, let me just heal it real quick. And then let me just shockwave. So yeah, that animal just kind of instantly died. Got revived though? Huh. Well, it stayed alive. It's not good. Like, it's good, sort of. Like, it kills enemies, but it's not doing what it does. See, the wolf finished off the enemy, which is really good. We finished the encampment, but it's not as strong as what you would want it to be if you're in a 160 mission against higher level enemies. But otherwise, let's move on to one of the things that the reason why I wanted to run her in lead, which is kind of a glitch. So let's just get into that. All right, so this is probably my favorite thing so far in the update. So if you're running her in lead, if you didn't know, you also do 50% more damage, and you get a movement boost if you do damage with a shockwave. So if you combo it, if you shockwave near an enemy and then get on your wolf, you actually run faster. It's kind of hard to time. You can do it if you do it right. It looks really cool. If I can't get it here, I'll show you a video of it. But I've done it multiple times. So you have to shockwave, get on your animal, and then sprint. But I don't know if it's working. I know we're in a smoke screen mission, so it might not have any effect on it. But I'll show you what it looks like once you do it. It's really fun. You move super fast, and you just zoom across the map. It only lasts for the 1.5 seconds that the ability or the thing lasts for, which is, 1.5 seconds. But it's still fun. That 1.5 second really adds up. You're moving that fast, so it's super fun. So otherwise, let's just get into the mission itself and go through the what it looks like with this loadout. All right, so the mission has started. Now, I probably won't be showcasing the entire mission because I want to go through the other loadout, and I don't want to keep you guys here longer than needed. But I'll be showing you what it looks like with this loadout. So the animal's already attacking. So let's say I'm fighting over here next to this enemy, and the wolf's over there attacking. I can shockwave over here, and it goes over there. Now, that actually did a decent amount of damage. I don't know if it's Beast, but it's his loadout. The crit explosion that's doing a lot. But that did a decent amount of damage right there. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's... Yeah, see, look. Oh, there's the movement speed. Oh, okay. There we go. No, yeah. It lasts a few... I think it lasts... Yeah, see, so it lasts more than 1.5 seconds. It's kind of sometimes random. You get it more than often. I don't know how it works, but it happens, and it's very fun when it does occur. Now, that was longer than intended. I think that's like the longest time I ran that, but itself, I just don't think it's strong enough. Also, I don't know what's wrong with my game. It is very, like, not laggy. I just have, like, no frames. It's probably because I'm recording, and I used the pause feature, and it was kind of laggy. But yeah, so far her in lead is the only reason why I would run her in lead is for the fact that I can run super fast with my animal. Now, a question that has probably already been answered, but not in this video yet. If your animal's dead, does it shockwave whenever it's dead? And the answer is no. So whenever it's dead, it does not have the effect that it's does when it is alive. So yeah, not a big deal. I think it being dead is not, too crazy. I think they really just need to buff the animals and just overall make animals useful a little bit more before, like, running any of the animal heroes in lead. But otherwise, that is pretty much it for like this loadout. I'll move on to the next one and showcase that one. That one might be a little more damage orientated because it's based on damage. Otherwise, let's get into the next loadout. All right, so this is going to be the second loadout of the video. We're going to be running Seawolf Jonesy in lead. And then we're going to be Force of Nature, Doppler Effect, Power Impact, Escape Artist, and Debilitate. I can't even say the word bite, but Phoenix, basically. Basically, what you can do with Seawolf Jonesy in lead, you can shockwave twice after, or you can shockwave once, and then you get it back instantly right after. So you can basically do more damage within the time frame of having an animal. Let's just get into the mission and see how it actually is. All right, so we got a group of enemies right here. What I'm going to do is charge in and then just shockwave. I don't know why I can't sprint. I don't know if... Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go in and then just shockwave, and then shockwave again. Okay, that kind of did a number. That actually kind of cleared a lot of enemies out. Now, the board's putting in more work by going into the other enemies. Now, I'm going to War Cry and shoot the mist monsters because the mist monsters, Honestly, I don't see animals doing anything against mist monsters at all, so I'm not surprised if it actually did anything. But let's see if the shockwave will go again, and then double again, and then bam. Okay, I think it's actually kind of good clearing the enemies. I don't know how it'll look whenever it comes to like the defense, but that was actually decently good. Okay, let's do it again right here. So that's okay. I'm like shockwaving everywhere. It's kind of buggy. Holy. Okay. The shockwave's kind of doing a lot of work. Okay. And then the boar one-shot the nurse husk? Okay. I don't know. I was not being very optimistic going into this loadout and doing like just thinking that this would be good, but I'm very optimistic now. I think this loadout actually might be worth it if it does well in the defense. So let's just jump right into that and see how it does. Alrighty, so we started the mission. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this would work. So if I just slam down, I wonder like that kind of cleared some enemies. I kind of want to see it against like a smasher. Hopefully it recharges a little bit faster. Okay, so the thing's like right there. Okay, and then let me do it right here. Okay, against a smasher, not a lot, but it does clear out the enemies and knock them back, which isn't too bad. I feel like the one downside with this hero is just the shockwave just doesn't, it's not enough to make it like want it to run as like a full-fledged loadout. Animals in general do not do enough damage to clarify the fact that they exist. Animals have a massive problem when it comes to the damage, and damage is just the main problem. Like, I think the shockwave idea is amazing. I think being able to clear out those enemies whenever you're about to die is really fun. I just don't think I'd run a loadout based on just animals until there's more heroes that actually gave you more reason to run those animal heroes. But unlike this, like right here, where like my animal's about to die, bam, slam it down. Like, I don't know if it did anything that is noticeable enough. It was nice whenever I had that thing. I was very optimistic. Hopefully maybe it was working out, but it doesn't seem like it is now. See, like the shockwave there. Okay, I forgot this is another glitch. If you get on that, yeah, the speed thing doesn't work if you don't have her in lead autumn falls. But yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I definitely wouldn't run this in a 160. Maybe if you're just trying to have fun, maybe if you just want to see how to do the speed thing, then maybe in a lower zone it'll be a lot more fun doing it that way. Otherwise, I don't recommend running this loadout unless if you really want to test it out to see if you can do anything with it. I'm not gonna go through the entire defense and hold you guys here because there's no really need to. But otherwise, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. If you guys are new, notifications, subscribe, turn on notifications for any further videos. I will be covering anything else new that comes out, Save the World wise. I also cover Battle Royale stuff a lot, so if you're interested in that, once again, subscribe. Otherwise, you guys have an amazing day. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the new hero in the new zone, or the new map, or new biome, I guess. Otherwise, I will see everyone in the next one.